It's a very rare thing that a group actually goes back 100 years and feels, you know what, we did it better 100 years ago. Let's go back to the old way.
And I love what Lucky's doing to this place. I think it's gonna make a change to Dallas.
Well, the first time I asked Eddie about the opening date, he said August. And I knew that was not realistic.
And our team does not do change very well. It takes us about 2 weeks to change a light bulb.
Over the coming weeks, we'll be taking you on a journey that looks at America's drinking habits and the story of the cocktail movement, and how it is playing such an important role in modern American life. We'll be introducing you to Eddie Lucky Campbell as he makes the move from celebrity barman to bar owner and sets out to create his very own upscale cocktail bar in downtown Dallas. We'll also be meeting some of the people who've helped transform the cocktail scene in the United States and pay homage to the classic age of cocktails in the pre- and post-Prohibition era. Which brings us to the start of our journey of the cocktail movement.
The movement is huge because you have all of these incredibly talented people, put them together, boom, you get some amazing ideas.
It's time for us to present something to you that we feel strongly about.
Join us as we retrace the origins of America's most popular cocktails, from New York to New Orleans, Las Vegas to San Francisco. Our story begins here, in the Lone Star State of Texas, in Dallas, which amongst many other stories is rumored to be the birthplace of one of America's most popular cocktails, when in the late 1940s, a well-known Dallas socialite used to entertain her party guests by making a variety of drinks using different ingredients. The most popular was a drink which combined tequila, orange liqueur, and freshly squeezed lime, served in a salt-rimmed glass. And the lady's name? Margarita Soames. Dallas was one of the last cities in the United States to embrace the modern craft cocktail movement, but it is certainly making up for lost time as a host of cocktail bars open, all with their unique style and take on the cocktail scene. Let's meet Eddie Lucky Campbell, one of the city's most celebrated cocktail masters, as he brings the cocktail movement to the Dallas bar scene.
Welcome to downtown Dallas.
Dallas is not a port city or was not located here for any geographical reasons. It was a trade hub, but basically what we have here in Dallas is shopping and eating and drinking. That's what we do.
The site of Lucky's new bar is in the commercial area of downtown on Main Street.
You know, cocktail lounges are opening all over the country, but for me, this is my life's work. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for guys like us. It's an opportunity that most people never have. With my partner, Ed Bailey, I have more backing and support behind me than anybody else in this cocktail game in the entire world. Sometimes the sophistication of these cocktail programs brings an air of stuffiness, which we spend a lot of time in design to remove all of that stuffiness. You don't take a Main Street location to be exclusive and try to segregate your crowd. You know, so we came down here because we want everybody to come in here and experience the cocktail movement that's going on.
Back in the day, Lucky and I used to work together, and you know, we've watched the cocktail scene evolve from just simple cocktails over the past couple of years to more delicate cocktails, and he's really led the movement here in Texas with a core group of people.
This bar right here is going to be the most technically engineered bar that this city's ever seen. We'll open with 5 different types of ice. We'll be working ice molds, chipping from the ice block, cold draft ice cubes at the well, flaked ice for juleps and smashes, things of that nature. And then we'll probably have a tricked out flavored ice mold.
It's a risk. I mean, I hope we're part of the revitalization movement, but I know that other restaurants and other bars have gone in there trying to revitalize, downtown with mixed results. So it's definitely a risk, but Eddie believes in it, so I believe in it.
So that's my man, Richard Allen. He may be the busiest guy in the city. In this process, we probably went through about 3 contractors before we even started construction. And Richard Allen is known, he's built 150 some restaurants here in the Dallas area, and his crew just blows through stuff.
But whilst construction seems to be moving along smoothly, issues with the interior designer are causing problems on site. With the opening date fast approaching, these are problems that Lucky and the construction team can do without.
How do we put a door on a step?
His name is Raymond Gerardo. He's from New Orleans. He's been hanging out in old-timey bars and saloons, which qualifies him for this enough. He moved to New York when he was about 18 years old, got into design, practiced in New York for about 35 years, and came back to Dallas. All of the brilliant aspects, the archway, the open face, the bar, everything, those are all his ideas. He's quite brilliant, but he changes his mind at the last minute, and our team does not do change very well. It takes us about 2 weeks to change a light bulb.
I know, I had heard that there were delays and that Eddie had asked him to order some things and they weren't going to come in until after the bar was supposed to be open. And how can you have furniture and cloth after the bar is supposed to be open? I don't know the details though.
Fact of the matter is, I fought him on every one of the things that make that place so special, and at the end of the day, people stop by all the time talking about how much they love the shape, how much, and every bit of that I tried to fight him on, and it was all his ideas. I know, hey Raymond, I feel the same way, but I can't really if I stop and start crying about it, then what are we gonna do, It's tough. We'll just have to catch up on the emotions of it later, hey, it's not our fault. Yeah. Bye.
Join us after the break as we visit the Whiskey Cake, one of the bars at the forefront of the cocktail movement. And find out what's in store for Lucky at corporate head office as he takes on his biggest challenge, getting his liquor license.
It's nothing without this piece of paper.
Dallas has an ever-increasing variety of cocktail bars that embrace all aspects of the cocktail movement, all governed by the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission, who are responsible for issuing liquor licenses to bars and restaurants throughout the state.
They are calling the cocktail movement the fastest growing movement in the culinary world right now. Okay, so that's a pretty profound statement.
I think it's great that this country is learning that there's more to beverage than pre-processed mixes and cheap spirits. It's nice to see that we're learning that our palates can handle a little bit more flavors and that people are interested now, and just like they are in food, they want to know, can I get this fresh? What's in it? Are there spices? Are there flavors? It's an exciting time to be a bartender and to be a drinker.
Well, I've known Eddie Lucky Campbell for about 2.5 years. In fact, when he was actually over at Pulsa, and that's when kind of the movement started, if you will, with fresh ingredients in the cocktail hours every Wednesday night.
He dresses the part, he acts the part, he is the movement. He's such a genius in the bar, but I feel like I babysit him everywhere else when it comes to business. This is for your 38 tickets.
Oh, these are all 38 of them. Mm-hmm. Yesterday I picked up another 4.
Because you have tickets in several counties, you're going to have to make a couple of court appearances, like maybe 10 to 15.
So this is a little embarrassing. Another reason why I'm very fortunate to have Lee Bailey on my side.
I have a law degree, so I'm also help with legal stuff. Like, Eddie has a lot of tickets.
With those tickets, obviously comes warrants. Do you think that that is something that this board is concerned with?
Well, you don't have any DWIs. So I don't think so, Eddie. I don't think they're going to be mad that you were speeding.
I don't have one DWI.
I didn't find any.
I can't imagine they gave me deferred on a DWI.
After the break, we'll be visiting the Whiskey Cake, where we'll be making the freshest Ramos Gin Fizz ever made.
They're doing a documentary on me.
One of the first examples of a cocktail can be traced back to the 16th century, when Sir Francis Drake's fleet ran into storms off the western tip of Cuba. One of his crew concocted a drink using unrefined rum, lime, mint and sugar to create what could be the first mojito. And by the early 1850s, a pharmacist by the name of Antoine Peychaud was developing a range of bitters that, when added to a cognac imported from France, created the first Sazerac.
We're at Whiskey Cake in Plano, Texas. It's north of Dallas. Here's Sean Connor as the bar lead. He's doing barrel-aged cocktails, and he's put together a heck of a cocktail menu here. This is a farm-to-table restaurant. The cocktails are also themed in the market fresh style. So let's go check in with Sean, see what he's up to.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Whiskey Cake.
Hi guys, my name's Sean Connor. This is Gary Hayward. We're doing complimentary Ramos Gin Fizz cocktails for our Sunday brunch. We have Annabelle the cow out here. We're doing the world's freshest Ramos Gin Fizz.
The cocktail scene at the moment in a lot of the big cities is about, making classic drinks from, even 150 years ago to the right spec. So you're taking a classic drink and then moving it forward and taking it to where we are, where the industry is moving into.
My name is Paul Tunerman, in the industry known as Mr. Cocktail, co-founder of Tales of the Cocktail. Arguably the largest global cocktail event happening on an annual basis. This year, 2012, we're going to celebrate our 10th anniversary. I'm going to go back to the roots. I'm going to start, looking at how drinks are made and understanding the history and recreating them as the original artist intended.
Fresh ingredients is what we're about, making cocktails here, so I don't think it gets any fresher than this.
If Annabelle is feeling up to it, we're going to make the freshest Ramos Gin Fizz on earth. Wow, you really have to pull them, huh? How about that, Kate? Kate, you got a lot more than the farmers did. So the ingredients being fresh milk from Annabelle via Kate, gin, of course, for the Ramos Gin Fizz, a little lemon and sugar. Some use a little lime. And then the two key ingredients being egg via our house chickens, and the other elusive ingredient, orange flower water. Coming out of New Orleans from the 1890s, invented by the Ramos brothers, first appearing on the Roosevelt Hotel's cocktail menu. There we are. Sean, how about a quality check, brother?
Oh man, tastes like Pretty Pebbles.
Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you, Kate. Sean's getting ready to teach us something about ice here. And Sean's the only guy I know in town that's actually taking a chainsaw to an ice block. So Sean, show us what's up, buddy.
You take a filtered water, and because it's a slow process of freezing, it'll be really, really clear. You'll see in a second how I exactly do it, but there's a few impurities in it. If you leave it too long, like this one has, you'll see it spiking, but it'll come out in the wash. So, basically you have this, which is just, a clear piece. And then what I'll do is I'll slice it down right here, and I'll just show you really quick. You get yourself a little line there, you know where you're going, and honestly, the thing will just snap. Just like that. From there, I'm going to show you how it actually turns out. It's going to be a sphere, so whenever you put it on your cocktail or your whiskey, bourbon, or scotch over it, it's going to be it's going to reduce the dilution rate. You can do it in a ball yourself, and it's really easy if you can take it. Basically, you do the edges off. And you get every edge, and it'll start rounding off. I need it to hold up. I want the flavors to be in there. I want it to open up just enough to be long lasting. Good mouthfeel. There, see, it's done. Yeah, you grab it with your teeth. Then I'll put a little, little George C. Stagg on it. Absolutely.
Oh, gee, a little George C. Stagg.
The great thing about this is you can see right through it. There we go. We're about ready. You take that thing and just use your hands. You'll rub it clear. And when you pour that whiskey or bourbon on it, it's going to be clear as day.
I'll tell you what, let's set them on the block real quick.
Yeah, this is 142.6 proof. I mean, it's like a thing will run an engine.
These things are so heavy.
I have the good fortune of traveling throughout the U.S. and seeing how every city decides to take on cocktails to consumers. And I have to say, Texas is without a doubt leading the trend.
Join us after the break as the opening date for Lucky's Bar is getting closer and the furnishings have still not arrived. We also find out what happens on Lucky's third visit to the TABC.
Right now, it's a make it or break it moment. Am I afraid? Yeah, man, I'm scared to death.
We catch up with Lucky now at the furniture suppliers, where he's trying to find out where his furniture is.
My girlfriend loves animal prints. Is that something that's here that we just pick up?
No, we have to order it. It has to be shipped.
Is that being done?
No one's given me. I haven't processed the order or anything because I got it paid for.
Oh, well, that's great news. So I thought when Richard Allen signed for it that was the thing. He was just saying, hold it. What was Richard Allen doing?
Richard said he would get back with me with payment.
A lot of kitchen equipment and furniture is on them. I mean, we help, install it and place it. So, we don't provide that. So if there's a delay on that, then, I'm obviously not accountable. We'll still try to help.
Well, there is still, I'm scared, there's still deliberation as to whether or not they're not ordered, they're not anything.
What's going on?
It's just cleaning up a bunch of messes, You just you trust people to do what they tell you they're going to do, and then you end up looking like an idiot when it's not done. At the end of the day, it's my fault that I hired that guy. I hired the wrong guy. Right now I just got to solve some shit. I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but something has to get solved right now. So I'll figure it out. You don't want to micromanage people. Then they don't do what they're supposed to do. And so there's no time to replace them. They're not getting it done. My designer thinks I should be driving around with him looking for flower pots right now. Now I'm supposed to put on my happy face and go talk to some people about potentially working for me.
Well, the first time I asked Eddie about the opening date, he said August. And I knew that was not realistic. We had hoped for this week, but I think it's going to be the first or second week of December.
When you get back here, shoot it from way back. Let's catch Where's Raymond?
19 inches.
Not 19. You said 18 or 19? 18. No, I'm not talking about bringing it up. I'm asking if we shouldn't bring it down. On it
Standard dining
this much lower than a regular dining. Do you feel that is?
Well, you're going to have to keep them in the dinner position just because you have a table there.
Is the short answer that you wanted a regular dining seating?
Correct.
And the soul comes from your guests and the room, of which the cocktail is a tool or a part, a fixture within that room.
With Eddie, one of the beauties of having a guy like that, this guy has a wealth of knowledge. And when we brought the cocktail program here and started implementing it, man, people just took to it like a moth to a flame.
So this is where we're getting our oversized gas lanterns that we're putting outside of our entrance. I'm here to give them their check to get that process started. And now since I got here, they got some new chairs that they didn't have last week. I'm probably coming back for those. Oh, God, look at this. Oh, I love it. Okay, So really, I'm just here to start that gas lantern process.
We'll take it and we'll get it started.
These are my angels right here. They take care of business. They hold things. If they get any cool decanters, any crystal decanters and stuff, they set them down low and they call me up and say, you know, we got a new piece in. And anyway, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. And I'll be back. I promise I'll be back very quick for those chairs. I promise.
We believe you.
I'm so sorry.
See you later.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
The gods are smiling on us today. And the sunbeams are leading us directly to the office of the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission. The sun from the gods. Dude, kid you not, those beams of light are hitting the building. This is the one. Today's the day. They've given me instruction. We've been back 3 times. Each time with new instruction. It's almost perfect, but you just have to do this. It's almost perfect, but you just have to do this. Well, we've done it all. Today, I believe we're going to get this dropped off. I think it's pretty quick, actually. I think this process is sped up considerably. Moment of truth. Our life is in their hands. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, no problem.
I'm so sorry. We couldn't get together. And but anyway, I think I've got it real quick. It's just a quick the corrections that you requested, and let's see here. 1. But tell you what, that's a big deal right there. I tell you what, man, I sure regret all the stupid shit I did along the way. I don't think I look so hot on paper.
Coming up on the Cocktail Movement, we continue our search for the finest cocktails in America and take a look into the weird and wonderful world of mixology. We meet Mr. Cocktail himself, Paul Tuneman, on his yacht, and journey to New Orleans for the 10th anniversary of Tales of the Cocktail.
We're here at the Usual in Fort Worth. This is Brad's joint.
Can Lucky get his liquor license? And will he open his bar on time?
There's no way the health department will ever sign off on this cabinet.
It turned out that piece won't fit.
So TABCs are holed up.
One more things to do, we might have us a liquor license.
And then we're still holding off on commercial insurance.
I gotta have a hard conversation with you here, bud.
They won't proceed with construction until they have a certificate of insurance.
Are you sitting down? I got a long way to go, but I set out to open a bar. Bar's open.
It's mutiny.
What's that?
I have no water.
No water? How do we even fix something like that? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't paid the water bill in 3 months. I thought it was me.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to present something to you that we feel strongly about.